So we got this fight with Ryan and Gervonta. What is it going to take in order for us to get the other super fight that people want to see, Terrence and Errol?
You know it's going to bring the other super fights that's waiting on a limbo to see if they want to take their own careers and their own decisions in their hand and make the fights like Tank is doing. It's really managing the traffic that's going to start to trigger in other fighters. Bud Crawford, them guys going to start it. That fight didn't happen with him and Spence. Yo, what they're going to do when they see the door open, them young fighters, they're going to sit back and say, "Hold." They're going to say, no, wait, they need us, don't go nowhere. That was good 3 or 4 or 5 years ago when they was getting 12-round money for 4-rounders. Al Heyman can't pay him that no more. That been stopped. And they all scattering now. They all coming. Hey, can you let me in? And you got to remember, every time you still fight, if that contract is still live by the date it expired, you got to get that man 25% of your money. They starting to realize now, I got to give Al my money. Yes, he's not a promoter. He's an advisor. He got around the Muhammad Ali Act that I stood up for that made that law. Look at the memoirs on Google it, and you'll see Benard Hopkins talked at this in the hearings. So now y'all got Duke because he's under the advisor, which the Ali Act doesn't cover. But now you over here with Aram, you over here with us, you over here with that, and they're like, oh, everybody's working together. No. The well dried up. You got this big house. You got all these cars. That's when stuff is good. You getting overpaid. You got maintenance and you got bills and you got taxes at the wrong time. And then COVID hit. That exposed a lot of frauds. If your money ain't right, then it's funny. And a lot of people money is funny. True.
Benard Hopkins came with that heat. That boy came with that Booga flame. He came with that heat, man. Now, what did he just describe? Who did he just describe? Jamal Charlo. Everything he said, just think about Jamal Charlo when you listen to Benard Hopkins, because he is a key example of what Benard is talking about. We already know that Al Heyman wiggled around the Muhammad Ali Act. We already know that. Okay? This is the kind of stuff that Leon Muhammad was talking about. And a lot of people, of course, he's going to be old and he's going to be a hater. Anybody that says anything critical about Spence is going to be a hater. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they're going to label it. It don't matter who it come from. You know? Spence could criticize himself and they're going to call Spence a hater for criticizing himself. You know, so that's just how it is. But that's the same stuff that Leon Muhammad was talking about. And what he's saying now is, it ain't all good over there at PBC. They all thinking, they all scratching, and believe it or not, they all looking for exits. They all looking for exits. And don't think people are not hitting Adrian Broner up. Low key, talking about what's up with that Black Prime. Don't think that's not happening, because it is. Please don't think that's not happening, because it is. Because you know how they looking? And I'm going to even give an example of Wilder. If I was Wilder, you know how I'd be looking? Like, if they giving you that for this, well, hell, if I came over there, what can I get? Don't think that they not thinking about that. So right now they scattering like roaches because the money is funny, and the money's been funny for quite some time. And he talked about Al Heyman paying them great for fights that really wasn't about nothing. Let me tell you why that you didn't want to make a career like that. Number one, he got you all locked in. It's just like when you sign with a dude and he buying you all this stuff, and you know what I'm saying? He's the person that got your house. He's the person that got your car for you. It's all in his name, and this is just that. You can't leave him. And most of the time it's designed like that. So you can't leave him. But Al Heyman was paying you great for these low-level fights. You living in mansions, Ferraris, car. You living good. Jamal got a nice big old house. You know? Nice. Let me tell you why that's bad. For the same reason, it's bad to pay somebody before they're done with the job. Somebody ever pay you before you were done with a job? I don't care how many times it happened or how much you had in your mind to do A, B, and C. You know, when somebody gives you the full money up front, people always dragging their feet on getting the task done because the incentive is already, you already got the incentive. The thing that intrigues you or that's motivating you, you have already received. So it's hard to get the job done after that. That's why some jobs is half up front and then half later. But giving people all your money up front, hell, we've all been victims of that. We gave people supposed to work on our roof money up front. We gave people supposed to do the plumbing money up front and all that other stuff. And what happens? They never show up. Well, this is what happened when you're getting overpaid for these low level fights. You're getting used to it. You're getting comfortable. And now when it's really come time to pull some weight or to shift some weight, you don't want to fight somebody because you've been getting paid great money for fighting bums. So why in the hell would you take a risk of fighting somebody that's mediocrely on your level versus fighting these easy fights and getting overpaid? Now, when it's time to fight the real fights, you're so spoiled and you're so lazy that you don't even want to challenge yourself. Why? Because you done already got the incentive. You're already living good. You already got the money. You already got the house. You already got this. You already got that. But the problem is the money ran out. And now that house and all that, and everybody knows because we all want a big house. We all want this. We all want that. One of the things that I didn't contemplate when moving into a house and stuff like that, because I've been in apartments and, lofts all my life. When I finally bought a house and got into a house, it was the maintenance. I was out of shape. You know what I'm saying? My neighbors be shoveling their snow and stuff like that. I'd be the last one on the block shoveling my snow. I just wasn't acclimated. I was used to, having that stuff done for me. You know what I'm saying? If the garbage disposal stuff go out, I really got to fix that. I can't call somebody and say, hey, y'all need to come fix it. I wasn't acclimated for that. You know what I'm saying? I had to adjust to homeowner life. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that I didn't contemplate. I didn't think about it. The only thing I thought about was having a big ass house, this, that, and the third, all my stuff, big old backyard. I wasn't thinking about all the maintenance, all the stuff I had to take care of and, stuff around the house. I wasn't thinking about none of that. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, next time I won't get a house so big. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really not the shit like I thought. You know what I'm saying? It's the stuff that they don't think about. And that's what Benard Hopkins is talking about. He said, the money's gone. You be getting paid great. Now you're lazy. And now you figured out, even if you go someplace else, that you still going to owe Al Heyman. Meaning, whether the ship falls or it sells, Al Heyman is going to get his money off you either way. These guys are basically in a 360 deal, but boxing contract version. That's basically what they in. They in a 360 deal. Like I said, I didn't see the Al Heyman contract. I know what's in there. I know what they can't do. I know what he can stop them from doing if he wanted to. And trust me, it's a whole lot. If he don't want them to do interviews, they can't do it. So it's something that need to be thought about over there at PBC. These guys need to start refiguring this stuff out. Because what's happening is y'all missing opportunity. Luis Ortiz still has an $8 million payday that he missed out on. Jamal, didn't Jamal just miss out on 7 or 8 million? Keep in mind, these numbers are the biggest numbers that they have ever seen in their career. Deontay Wilder, 120 million. We're not even going to talk about how much Spence is losing. You know what I'm saying? How much money are you losing by playing it safe? It's something to think about, man. They need to reconfigure because the plan didn't work. So it's time to come up with something new. And not only does the plan doesn't work, it hurts boxing and it hurts the reputation of American boxing. Do you know PBC alone carries the reputation for American boxing? and talk to people overseas. They say those American fighters don't fight. They cowards. They don't want to fight each other. They don't like fighting. That's the perception. And who is the main holder of that image as far as American boxing? Unfortunately, comes with PBC. And at the same time, why it looks even worse, unfortunately, PBC is the stable that has most of the fighters of color. So you have the most fighters of color representing America, and you had this reputation for not wanting to fight. It's a bad look, man. It's a bad look. That's why I just don't support Heyman because of what he look like. Anyways, this is my thoughts on this. Like, comment, subscribe, I'm out.